Thank you for stopping in to check out my channel. Today, I am going to be playing a game called Software Inc. I'm setting up a marathon style game, so it's going to be a little bit long. I will try to cut this down as much as possible, go through as fast as I possibly can, play as fast as I possibly can, and not bore you to death with my TLDR content. I am JD Mortal, otherwise known as Mortal, M-O-R-T-A-L. The name of my channel is Blank Paper, TLDR content, exactly as the title says, TMI, ADD, whatever you want to do, insert acronym, that is me. I am a 2D artist, 3D artist, graphic designer. I play games, pen, pencil, lipstick, eyeliner, crayon, marker, anything that writes, I can draw with it. So I started getting into using colors. I was not that great at colors when I was younger. Now I am a little bit better. So yeah, I'm going to play this game. Hopefully try not to inundate you with too many rants or go off on a tangent. I'm going to. It's going to happen. No apologies. That is how I am in real life. No holes barred. And I will not do that here as well. I will try to curb my language. Make this all ages appropriate to a level. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get into this game. There'll be various tips and tricks and other things in here as well as I'm playing. I have already set up a game in a prior run. I'm not sure how far along. I was just in the beginning of this. So I have got, it looks like, my 4 founders, and that's it. So let's go ahead and start this and load. Okay, so this game is a tycoon style game, simulation, however you want to, put it, play it, observe it. It is a very similar game to Mad Games Tycoon 2, which is what led me to this game. I love this game. It is a little bit more deeply involved, a little bit more complex, and I'm going to say it's a lot more deeply involved. There's a lot to do here. It says it's in beta. It does not feel like a beta game. This feels like a complete game that has a few glitches, here and there, but I mean, nothing game breaking. And before I actually get into the game, I will show you real fast. So if you go to the Steam website, Software Inc., the game, there is a bunch of guides for this. There are some mods and things to assist you, help you cheat, do whatever, guide you along the way, how to do various things. I mean, it's a pretty decent community. This is another one of those diamonds in the rough, just like Mad Games Tycoon, I would say. And if I go to the Steam page, this is the actual sales page for the game. It says early access game. Alex said it's beta, whatever. It is $22 here. That is a decent price. But I will tell you this, that is not the best price. So, I like Steam Deck compatibility. It's playable. I mean, just like Mad Games Tycoon, this has got very positive reviews and very few negative reviews. I mean, the people that love this, love this. The people that like this, love this. I mean, this will consume a lot of your time if you let it. There are faster modes to play. It is very tiny. Oh my god, this game is so kudos to the dev, because this game was made really, really tiny. I mean, I can't even. I know you're not going to appreciate that as much as I do. I program as well, but there's a lot to be said for that. All right, so this is the Steam page. I mean, you can see here the little video. I'll play it real fast. Here you are designing your controller for one of the consoles that you are making, and you pick all sorts of aspects, buttons, rims. It doesn't really matter for these. This is like graphs showing all the stuff that's going on there in the game. Has a very classic, Windows style setup. You can design and customize everything in the rooms, and there's so much, and you can do less or more. I mean, you can totally micromanage all this. There's some automation, which may require some assistance from the guides. in this case, a building burnt down because they didn't have enough fire extinguishers and smoke detectors. But yeah, I mean, you can make the buildings, everything you can rent, software, hardware, everything that's like computer related, just about. I mean, 90% of it is all there. I don't like the fact that you start so late in the year. I wish it started a little bit earlier, game-wise. But okay. So here is what I was talking about earlier. You can get this game cheaper. So at Steam right now, it is $22.99. Right, so $23. This is America, USA prices here. If you go directly to the creator's website, right, this is the person who created the game, and I believe it's still a one-man team making this entire game. There is a DRM free version, which is much cheaper. So same exact game, and here it is right down here. DRM free version of the software of Software Inc. $16. So you save a couple bucks, and you're getting it. This is actually going to take you through to a humble bundle website where you can purchase the game. You can't change the value. You can pay them more, and I would honestly suggest pay the $23, $22.99, the Steam price, through the humble bundle package. That will give that money back to the developer instead of putting it into Steam's pocket. If you like that whole Steam aspect of the game and the interaction and stuff like that, and the updates managed through there, get that. But I will say this, and it's not the developer's fault or Steam's fault, really. It's just the way Steam operates. It does not like doing updates very well. Like sometimes when you update, you can get issues that come about because certain files will not get updated because it looks like they're up to date, but they actually have changed, and Steam is just not actually updating that individual file. If you get the Humble Bundle package, you get that link to the page, and you can just, or whatever. I think the game might. I haven't run into an update yet, so I think it might update through the game itself, and then it will be a clean update at that point. If you need to, you can just same thing. Delete the game, re-download it with the newer version, and reinstall it fresh. It's like it's a tiny download. It's amazing what this guy managed to fit into here. The updates for this thing are pretty expansive. As far as updates go. As far as mods and things go, new textures, everything. Okay, I'm going to jump right into the game. I'm going to get through all this, and it's taken my brain a second to kind of reconfigure everything because I am so used to playing Mad Games Tycoon. I just got done starting a massive marathon game for that. I have not uploaded everything, but that will be uploaded shortly here. I'm just hiding the walls. So here you see there's this like dark box. That just means that this room is unlit. The lights aren't on. Nobody's in there yet. So this is nothing. This layout here was just kind of like a comical thing I made just to make it look like there's something here to start off with. Parking spots are going to change. This building design is going to change. These guys are called your founders. I had selected 4 founders in the beginning, and each one is going to get a share of the company, a quarter percentage share. You don't pay them. Founders also do not use the restroom. A founder will not stop and eat. They will drink coffee, though. They love their coffee. They will work relentlessly. I have them on a 12-hour shift, and they don't seem to mind that as long as they have coffee. I'm going to put room labels on. I'm going to keep that off for now. Yeah, I should leave room labels on. Now I'm going to turn it off for now. It's kind of in the way. So this is like a minimum design. This would normally be like a lounge where you would eat, cafeteria, whatever, refrigerator, some tables to sit down and eat. These guys aren't going to use that. Right here is a reception area that I am not using at the time because you need to hire a receptionist, and they will get you deals. Otherwise, you can just go with contract jobs, and this is what a contract looks like. Contracts are just short-term jobs you can do. And well, I think there's a couple of long-term jobs you can do in here as well. Embedded hardware and things like that. And then a deal is a little bit different. These are usually a little bit longer or more involved. Their pay is either by unit or monthly when you do things, whereas this is just like a flat out do this and you get this price when you're done. These ones, like I said, you need to hire a receptionist to get deals. And the higher your star level here for your business reputation, the better deals you're going to get. Also, the better contract work you're going to get as well. So, all right. You're already familiar with this game. I'm going to just go ahead and just start let's playing it. And, let's go for manage employees. This is where I usually have my screen layouts over here. And I have a manufacturing screen, which I usually keep over here on the side. So this is going to show any software I'm printing or any hardware that I'm manufacturing. And these come from deals. You can also get embedded systems here. So you can actually make the software for it and then, make the software that goes along with the hardware and then do whatever it is you're producing, whatever it is they want you to do. Calculators or screens or clocks, all sorts of weird things. This is more just game related stuff, which is going to be consoles, controls, whatever. So real quickly, I don't need these because I don't have any contract work yet or any deals. I would only have contract work. I do only have contract work, and I'm going to hammer through these real quick. Not right now, but in a short moment. I'm going to go over my people, my crew here. So Mortal is me, clearly. This is your first founder that you make is you within the game. The other ones are like accessories to you. And they all have skills. And if I go click here on skills and kind of, I need to hide some of these. Nope, that isn't what I wanted. I want, I forgot how to get it so I can change these. No, I didn't want to collapse that. I was looking for the ability to change. I will figure that out later. I was trying to hide various topics here, and there we go. That's what I was looking for. I don't need to know their salary, vacation, age, and we will just leave that. Years, sick days. All right, this is a much shorter version, a condensed version of the information I need to know. So their name, their role, what they do. In this case, he is a leader. He is a designer. He also does, it's grayed out, but he does programming. It's just a second skill or a secondary skill. His other main skill would be artistry, and his secondary skill would also be service. If you turn those off, like here, you don't see leader because that's turned off for these people. They will not do that task, whatever it is. These guys are kind of a hodgepodge, so they will do a little bit of everything. Especially in the beginning, you need hodgepodge style people. And that's why I have Big Brain. Big Brain gives them expanded skills for their primary trait, whatever that is. And in this case, it's going to be either programmer, designer, or artist, or whatever you've selected for that. We made the people fast learners because I want them to get their skill points up as quick as possible. And then for their negative traits, if you pick 2 good traits, you have to pick 2 negative traits. Or you can pick 1 good trait, 1 bad trait, 1 kind of medium trait. All right, so these guys are neat freaks because this place is going to be spotless. I don't want them to have any negative penalties from that anyways. And they are silent but deadly. That means if they ride in the elevator, no one wants to ride in the elevator with them. So they will consume a whole entire elevator that normally holds like 30 people. It will only hold 1 person because nobody wants to ride in the elevator with them. Because they fart in there and nobody wants to be there. I'm not going to have elevators. They're always going to work on the ground floor. So that's kind of that's a gimme. You can just take that one and not have to worry about it. Okay. So their attributes, because he is a visionary, a creative visionary, and his skill is operating systems. Because he's visionary, his skills are capped off at 25%. He will never get any smarter than that. Unfortunately, that's a good and a bad thing because everything he makes is going to be gold, pretty much. So these guys, they are ordinary, and because they are ordinary, you get more points to allocate, and they can continue to learn until 100% of all their skills are all filled up, as long as they are ordinary. If you give them Visionary, they'll be capped off at 25. There's another one below that. I think it caps it off at 50% for each one potentially. So they will not get any. These guys doing 2D programming, for instance, the green one down here, him doing 2D programming, his skill is at 100%. My guy, even though he has the same star level and he is a visionary, he's going to do it 25% as crappy, or he's going to do 25% the quality and 25% slower, or sorry, 25% of the speed. And that's his, like I said, that's his penalty. He's just not that great at it, but what he does well and better than everybody else. So he is going to be the guy that's leading everybody. When you're a lead, you're really not doing much programming, and you are doing the designing, but then you have other people to back you up. And that's exactly what I did here. Was I do what I call blocking things out, which means this is a solid block of audio, and across the board here, these 3 stars in system this is blocked out for designer. So this row is blocked out, this row is blocked out. Together as an entirety, this whole core of system is blocked out. You see they have a couple extra points here left over, but there's nothing to put it on. That is because there's 2 unseen attributes here that come later in the game. One is networking, and the other one is 3D, which comes in when those come in and his education level goes up. He will be able to expand and allocate those stars into there. And that's the other caveat to my guy is he does not have, he has 6 extra points as well, but he doesn't have his skill for 3D and for networking. So those will come in and get up to 25%, and those points can be allocated at that time into those attributes. Okay. So this is my core. I have one person supports the other one. So if there's a void here in hardware, that's because this guy has full hardware blocked out. And then this person right here has got audio is missing. They're 2 stars each. So they can still do some good work for art. And she can do good work for art. But she is supporting her because they have, one is hardware, one is audio. And then same thing. One is audio here again. And then back to me with hardware. And I've got everything else. But we all support one another. Together, these 4 people are like the equivalent of having, by the labor hours that I have them working, 12-hour shifts. We are like 6 people in total. By points, we are closer to about between 6 and 8 people because of our education level as far as this goes. Our ages are young to start off with. So you don't find people that are young with this much talent. When you play the game, if they are at this age, and I hid that age. Let's go here. Age. So we are 20, all of us. Normally you're going to get somebody who's like 22, 23, 24, and they're going to have maybe 3 stars, 1 star, 1 star, and 2 stars. And they might have 1 or 2 stars somewhere else. They are not going to have this. This would be a senior, and they are still not going to have this many stars. A senior is going to start off about like 48 to 53, and then they're going to retire early because they don't stick around. They're either going to retire or they're going to die, and you're going to lose all of that. The reason to hire elder people in this game, or experienced people in this game, senior educated people, is because they already have a higher level of education. You would then hire a couple of youngins that are dumb and uneducated and train them up along the way. By the time they get up to the age 54 of the senior, they are going to have more points allocated than the senior that you hired. And you will have crafted them to your needs of your crew. Okay. Don't need that now because nobody's going to be educated anytime soon. I don't need to see anything else here. I just need to see this. In the beginning of the game, these contract jobs go by quick. I sort by income, and there's no embedded system hardware things here. This is an embedded system, but there's no hardware associated with it. Otherwise, it would have a selection. It would have like a little funky icon here that tells you, oh, you need to produce this afterwards. So we are not doing that. Okay, minimum system all set up, ready to go. Oh, I have a server. That's something you would not normally have if you're just starting off with one founder. I have 4 founders, so they will get a bonus when they do programming or debugging. If the things that I'm working on are on the server, they're all sharing code and whatever. So that's the only other oddity that I have in here besides this room that's not being used at the moment. That's just where I would keep it as this place expands. Oh, and I will real fast. I will show you the map. Here's a quick little tip here. Besides the fact you notice it's cold. I am playing in a cold environment. I am playing in a rural environment. So it is empty. It's a big giant open, basically it's like a sandbox map. There's a couple of windmills over there. You can buy those and get power to power up your facility and sell power back to the power company. Make a little bit of money. Now, when it comes to the map, there's an area here for plots. As I generate a map, I look for very specific things. For me, I want as many of these tiny little land plots around my starting area as possible. I don't always get that. Like here, I actually got a couple bigger spots, but I would normally buy all 4 of these spots right here and all 4 of these spots right here in one lump sum. This is going to be like parking. This building is going to expand and go kind of this way to the right over here. And then over here is going to be a factory. And then over here is probably going to be more parking. So this is kind of a kick in the teeth here. Not really much. This costs $233,000. I've had a really horrible map where wrapped around me was a $2 million plot. So you really can't expand anytime soon until you get $2 million to buy that huge plot to expand. Or you could just buy this little plot over here and build a little secondary building over here. That's totally acceptable as well. Roadways kind of go wherever they go. It can go here or next to the spot. It cannot go shift around and be placed in any specific place that you want to put it. It has to go there and nowhere else. Roads the same way. So you can build roads that go up to here and then build another facility over here, another facility. You can get really creative with this. So it is cold. I play that way because I don't want to have to pay for air conditioning or fans, very noisy fans inside the building. I only have to worry about heat. And in the beginning, all I have to worry about is electric heat, which is pretty silent as opposed to a boiler room with little radiators all over the place that make noise and cricks and cracks, and an AC unit that blows hot air all over the place. So a little bit more expensive to operate it. But like I said, if I get these windmills, then that'll be totally irrelevant because I'll have an abundance of power once I get batteries, and all the excess power just be sold to the power station. Okay, that said and done, that's what the plots look like. There's a trick when you create a map, or when you go to your map selection area. There's a seed value at the top, and if you go in front of the seed, put your little cursor there and click and get the little caret thing there in front of the seed value, put in all capital letters, NOLAKES, no lakes. In any map, I believe it works, and there will be no lakes in the map. So that leaves it open area for either purchasing the plot, or it leaves more room for a building to be made if it's a city, I believe. But normally there would probably be like lakes throughout here. So this is, now they just aren't there, and I can purchase this plot and build there. Otherwise, if there was a lake here, this would be like a weird plot you can't purchase and you can't build near the lake, and it becomes an inconvenience. This just keeps everything wide open for me. All right, done with the map. This is also the editing phase here. You can see my plot that I've purchased, and I could actually sell it later on if I wanted to and move it somewhere else. I'm not doing all that. I'm going to just keep it here, play, and get these things done and out the way. I'm going to accept this work. I have founders and me. I want to select on this. I've just identified myself separately from the founders because I am a lead and I will be doing different tasks than my founders at times. All right. And lead design, I'm putting none. You're not going to get a real advantage to selecting lead design. They will do less work and lead everybody, and then everybody else will potentially do better work. And I don't need better here. The quality level of this is bad, so they don't care how good or bad it is. And the requirements are for 2D of any level. And I have, if you don't have any skill in 2D, as long as you have the attribute 2D as opposed to 3D, which I don't have, you can't do that. But they're saying that this requires 2D artwork and anyone can do it with even with 0-star levels, and that's what you want. SCM, I do have a server. I'm not sure if it's named correctly. It is SCM. I named it. And we are just going to click. Now I don't remember these settings, and we're going to accept work. And I'm going to just accept everything because I can do it all, and it's going to go by fast. And then after this is done, I'm going to have absolutely positively nothing to do, which is going to be kind of sad. If you're just playing with one person, you will not finish these contracts in time, and you will have more contracts coming in. You have to wait until the day rolls over. I am playing with a 4-day month. So that means I'm going to get 4 sunrises and 4 sunsets, and then a month will have passed. They call it a day. So I've got 1 to 4 days. And then it will be a different month. And so it would be go from January to February. That's when all your bills roll around and all that other good stuff. And I can't do anything here, so I'm just going to close this. There's not going to be any work. These guys are going to do what they do. And this game, unlike Software Inc., has got more speeds. So I've got up to speed 3. I can go super hyper fast, which is great. And because these are bad quality or mediocre or whatever, really low quality, and it's the beginning of the game, I really don't even have to take it this far. I can like stop here and hit develop, and then develop and develop and develop. That's enough of an iteration there. And now I just have to get past this blue line a bit, and that's the expected quality. So I can go promote, and oh, there's no bugs to fix, so that means this is essentially done, and this should be satisfactory. It's above what they want. And oh, I need to be bad. And we'll let this go. We'll let this go a little further. We'll try and get exceptional. And we'll let it go a little further than that. Okay, this is an embedded system, so this might actually have bugs to work out. Usually, game assets do not have. Some of them will later on, but in the beginning, game assets are just like drawings, pictures, concept work, whatever. All right, so let's go a lot past the line, so I can promote this. Now, if I wanted to, I could do a review. So if I didn't like how far I got in my iterations, I can hit review, and they will check out, they will go back over what I did for the iterations and see where I'm at with my code. And they are going to review this, and they are done reviewing it. 10 reviews. You click finish, and it tells you, okay, this is really kind of garbage. Review accuracy is 100%. Overall score is 2.9 out of 10. It doesn't show you what that relates to in actual quality, whether it's good, bad, mediocre, satisfactory, whatever. So I'm just going to do one more iteration for kicks and giggles to show you that. So it's going to pause the programming, and they are going to reiterate that prior phase there. And I'm just going to promote this here just a little bit late so I can get slightly better than satisfactory. And we've got fixed 0 bugs, so they have potentially bugs. And I'm going to do the same thing here, promote, and they're going to work. And 1 bug is really all you have to do for this. And they're already sleeping, so that means there's nothing else really to do for that. And that was outstanding quality. All right, so this is still being iterated. Someone's going to be iterating that. I don't know why these guys are sleeping. Why are they sleeping? Are they not assigned to that room? They probably are not assigned to that room. Let me double check. Oh, they're probably not assigned to their group. They're in me. So they're all trying to use my desk. Sorry. I knew I forgot something here. So I got to change their team and make them founders. So great. That was just me doing all that work. Why did it not do everybody? Okay, I guess I have to do that individually. Change team, founders, and change team, founders. Okay, now go inside your room and go to work. Slight oversight there. All right, so they have finished the iteration here. So they've gone back and reiterated it. Now, my green line was here. Because they did an iteration, it might erase some of that code that I did, and it's going to give me something else additionally to program into there. So click finish, and you see it took off some of the green. And now I can let it get back up to that level again and hit promote, finish. I got 2 bugs done and outstanding quality. All right, I've got 3 days left for this. 2 bugs are finished. And if I check, they're probably going to be like sleeping because there's no bugs to do. Yep, they are sleeping. So that means that's it. There was only 2 bugs in this game. You're rarely ever going to see that. your game is going to have hundreds of bugs pretty soon, and then thousands of bugs as time goes on. Finished. All right. They have nothing else to do. That was all the money I could possibly have earning. Put speed 1, pause it real quick. So that means I've got two choices. I can either just let time pass until more contract work comes in, which is not going to come in until after day 4 of 4, or day 1 of the next month comes about at 4 o'clock in the morning, I believe, on day 1 of the next month. Or I can just start making my own damn game. Not really advisable for a lot of people. I kind of know what I'm doing. It doesn't mean I'm not going to go broke. I did take out a loan for $1 million in the beginning. Where's my slush fund? It's up here. So I have got, it looks like a lot of money, $1 million. This will still kind of disappear quick. You want to have a buffer of about $1 million anyways, just for things that happen. And later on, as you get more into the game, you're going to want a buffer of $20 million and then $100 million, because this game is very unforgiving when it comes to bankruptcy. The second you get negative $1, you are bankrupt. And then you have till the end of the month to resolve that. And a lot of times you cannot resolve that, especially if it's you fall into a situation where you are, for some reason, $3 million in the hole, and you can't take out a loan that big unless you apply for the loan. You can take out like $1 million loan instantly, but I already took one out, so I can't take one out anymore. A larger loan you have to apply for, and that I think that usually takes like 3 months to do. So it means kick in the teeth, game over, just surrender. So keep a buffer of about $1 million, just lingering around. Keep an eye on your expenditures. That is a given here. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and make my own game. I could hire I do need to hire one person here. I need to hire cleaning, because these guys are going to make a big mess, and I don't want to keep calling in cleaning manually. There are 4 people here. So I am going to hire cleaning, and I'm going to set her for 1 hour earlier than her default time, because what's going to happen is I'm going to hire a receptionist later who's also going to come in at the same time. And I want the floors to be clean before the receptionist gets here and before customers start coming in here to give me contract work. If they see dirty floor, they will walk back out and not give me contract work. This gives her time to clean the floors. Customers come in, they say it's clean, and I'll get the contract or the deals in the list. All right, so they need to also have it clean, otherwise they start not working as well. I will also need soon a maintenance guy and to hire an IT guy. Just don't accidentally click on these and call, because these are a little bit more expensive. Not really. $50 a day. I could micromanage and just have her come in every day. I'm not going to do that. I'm going the cheap route, or the easy route. Okay, so I'm not going to hire a receptionist. It's still going to take a day for that to even happen, and I will have more contract work come in, but I will, again, run out of that contract work. I am just going to go right into making my own game. And it is not going to be an operating system. It's going to be something fast and easy that I can use a lot, which is going to be a 2D editor. A 2D editor, you can use your own programs to support and build like your own operating system, as well as a music program to, if you're making Office program, you are going to need a 2D editor to do some of the features in there, as well as a sound editor to do some of the features in your Office program, or a video game, which might also need 3D, so you have to make your own 3D game. Otherwise, you're paying royalties for somebody else's hardware or somebody else's software to use to edit your game and make it better. If you have your own, there you go, problem solved. You're not paying anybody royalties. And I need founders and me listed in here for the teams to design and program. Lead designer is going to be me, because I am a visionary. Even at the 2D editors, my primary is operating system. It's also going to extend to other tasks, and I believe 2D editors is one of those. So I am going to go with, don't select this yet. Don't be tricked into doing this. I am going to select a publisher. I'm just going to click it to show you, for marketing, because the AI markets a lot better than you can and ever will. They've got a greater reach. They will dump endless money into your marketing to a point, but still do it better than you do. And I will eventually, when it comes to printing, I will just make my own little print studio, and that's where my money's going to disappear to. Buying the land to build a little factory, rearrange things, and building a little print studio to print my own games to save a lot of money in printing. Okay. I need to add some features on here. First of all, I need to get into the advanced page, and I need to get to the next page here. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. This should actually be the first page, the design page. First thing you want to do is analyze it. And this shows you the demographics of the market saturation. And the game developer, he translates this into desire. That is not how desire works. Saturation is saturation. It could be saturated because they desire that more. And this is not saturated because they don't care about this. And so they're not purchasing software that has this. He does the opposite. He says if it's saturated, they don't desire it anymore. It's full. And if it's not saturated, they desire it more because there's a deficit of this thing, whatever it is. So you just, when you analyze this and click apply, you're actually taking the inverse of what that says, which is dumb. He could have just said, whatever. That's the way that that works. So red is low, which means that that was the saturated market and now it's not in demand, and is according to the developer. And this is saying that blue was low. If I go back here again, blue is low. So that in the dev's eyes is translating into everybody wants this. And that is right now at this point in time. It's going to take you a year to 2 years to develop your program, maybe a little bit less if you're doing it really well. So that has to be a slight consideration into this. This is the market now. This is not the market in the future, because the people now making this game are also going to be making this exact same pattern now. They're going to follow that same rule of thumb. If you wanted to do a little future analyzing here, you could say, okay, well, red went up and now there's probably just a lot of red to select. That's why that's in there, actually. And there's not a lot of blue, and you know, the trend of red is going up and the trend of blue is going down. So I could go probably a little bit more on blue here and a little bit less on red for the future and keep green the way it is. And you can do a little inverted, twisted, correlated pre-planning that way. And that works to a certain extent. Honestly, it doesn't really matter that much. So you see, as I hover over these, you've got, it tells you, oh, you're going to get X amount of red and X amount of blue, X amount of red again here. You also get flat line. If I could unselect this, sorry, if I unselect this, you see there's already red, green, and blue here. That's because this is already selected. So this added a certain level of volume here, and system actually added a set of volume here. Later on, there's going to be music and 3D probably for, oh, not for a 2D editor, but in another program, there could be other areas to select which are not on at the moment. Like these are locked on. You can't turn them off. This is the basic, the core foundation things you need. And there we go. They are in there. And that gives you this foundation of technology. And as the tech levels go up, some of these will increase or decrease, but they will still be the same thing. It's like, this is always going to give you blue. This is always going to give you red. This is always going to give you red and green, roughly about the same level, just different volumes of it. And so that's what's actually happening, is these guys made the red things first. So they did this because there was a deficit, and then they did this. And then they probably did this one. And that's what gave this result. You know, red, green, blue. That was like the only options they could afford to fit to there. So now I've got to play this match game here. I've got to try and fill up these lines, or fill up to these lines to get 100% expected interest and 0% wasted interest. You go over this line, that's wasted interest. If you're below the line, you are not gratifying expected interest, demand, whatever that is. All right, so I need to get less red, more blue. And now I just got to play the can it fit game. And that's over to the top. That one's over the top. That one's over the top. And now this is a star level 2 quality. So this is going to require 2D, 2 stars to do these, which is also makes them harder. All right, we got blue there. That's way overboard. Red and green, that's way overboard. I mean, I can start taking some of these off probably. And nope, that's overboard. Red and green, it's a little overboard. So now you're playing the balancing game. That looks kind of good. Let's back up here and let's go find a better blue. Yeah, Wait, how did that get in there? Oh, because I left that on. That was levels. Turn it off. What are you doing? All right, so a little bit more. Okay, there you go. Blue is now perfect. Raw image import, and this. Now I've got to try to fit red and green. So there we go. Red. Red is overboard. There's red and green. A little bit more red and green. Red's overboard. Green's a little bit lacking. Yeah, so it looks like probably the best I'm going to get is... So 114 wasted, 132. Or 114. Okay, so either one of these, it doesn't matter. Clip art and text. They probably did text rendering, so I'll do clip art. So this is as close as I can get. I'm reaching all of expectation. I have got less or very low wasted interest. If I didn't put this one, I could hit auto balance and it'll try and tighten this to get it to try and reach expected interest of 100%. So I'm going to click auto balance. And the best I got out of that was 97 and 0 wasted interest. That's not bad. It's one less feature in there. I am not unhappy with that. It's not going to impact this software being used for me or anybody else. It'll be slightly less sales. And it tells me recommended programmers. I have 3 and it requires 7 is what they're saying. And I have recommended designers 1. This is 4. So remember, I said even though I have 4 founders, and trust me, the programmers, they all have programming skill. So this is totally incorrect. I do have 4 programmers, but those 4 programmers are really like between 6 to 8 programmers with their skill. So this is actually, honestly enough, it's not taking that into consideration, the fact they're working a 12-hour shift versus an 8-hour shift. It's also not taking into consideration the fact that everybody can program. So if I wanted to speed this up a little bit, I could hire another programmer or create another shift, whatever. I've got 3 more artists than I actually need for this. And again, it says recommended designers 1 of 4. I have got 4 designers as well. So that's totally matched. All right, so this is actually good. I'm not going to go to the next page. It's just the end. I don't believe I'm done. Now I have to pick OSs, which is the prior page. So this is going to be on Squirrel OS and Pulse Odyssey. I'm going to go to add, see what else is potentially worthy of adding. And that is it. Just Squirrel OS and Pulse Odyssey 3. Pulse Odyssey 2 is older and it's going to die off. So I don't care about that. So these 2 operating systems is all I want to be on. And the price has been adjusted now that I've added stuff in here. It was like $9 before. Now it's like $76. I'm going to offer it at a discount of $70. So I will get potentially better sales than anybody else offering the same thing. Product name is just going to be me 2D. For lack of better words, it's just easy to identify when I see it in there. And I'm not going to do new framework. I'm not going to use it. There's nothing really here as a core to add on. Not going to be worth it. And I definitely don't want to use an existing framework for this because then I'm going to be paying somebody royalties more than likely. And this looks good. I'm just going to go right to the end and publisher. And I'm going to just worry about marketing. You can get funding to help you. If you're short on funds, they will give you some funding to alleviate the stress of designing an OS while you're not accepting contract work. I'm not going to go that route because then you have to pay them more. I am going to go to marketing. I'm not going to worry about printing because I'm going to print out my own games. And this is the kick in the teeth for this, is they're going to give you a set time when you cannot release this game up until, because even though I could make this game in 1 year, they are forcing me to wait 1 year and 11 months. Or demanding, as depending on how you look at it, they're demanding that this game gets completed within 1 year and 11 months. And it also cannot be released earlier as well. So my relationship with them is decent, is non-existent, but they do have a reach. This is their coverage, their market recognition. So they've got a pretty decent market recognition. So I will get a good majority of sales if I pick these people. And they are asking for 25.5% of my sales. And I will accept that. And now I just have to actually develop it. Don't think you're done and click X. You are not done. You just set it up and You actually get nailed for canceling that contract if you click close. And we're going to develop. Get it done. Get her done. All right. Let's go. TMI, TLDR. I have not even technically just started this game. I got barely 1 star, and it's missing a little arm there. He's disabled. Looks like he's got his elbow, maybe. All right, so I can skip time because I only have 1 shift at the moment and 1 crew. If and when I get more people, I'm going to instantly have to add a cafeteria and bathrooms and move this parking space up because I want my building to expand this way. Move this little clearing here. This is actually a fence. It's just a really low fence so that they don't cut across the yard here. Otherwise they will go from this parking space, walk through here, track dirt in, and now they kind of walk faster as they walk along the sidewalk and go into the building. Every blue moon, some idiot's going to walk from here around this way and then go into the door that way. Why is this not? This should be skipping. I don't know why. Oh, because I'm on speed 1. There we go. And everybody's working, doing their thing. Make them not selected. I don't remember if I can make it so I can not select this furniture. I don't tend to click this as much. I don't think it moves until I actually... I mean, this just like... doesn't move. Unlike Mad Games Tycoon, if I click it, it will pick it up. And you're carrying it around everywhere. Like, I didn't want to pick it up. All right, so they are doing their thing. I am going to wait for my game to get through all 4 iterations. There are 4 iterations. This is maximum you can do. And then it's going to automatically tell you, okay, develop this. There's nothing else you can do now. And after I develop it, I'll get about halfway through the development phase of programming, the alpha. And I will do research or whatever it's called, where you check out the quality of the game and then knock myself back down again to sneak 1 or 2 more iterations in there to make it that much more perfect. 1, because I have the time. I've got a year and 11 months to do this. But 2, because, well, it's not really necessary, but it'll give you a greater longevity of existence in the game. And I don't care about the longevity of the sales of this game. It will make me money anyways. I am more worried about or concerned with the issue that it is mine and it is usable by me. And I can continue to update it. Even if it's not selling and I have no more customers, I can still use it to make support all my other programs that I make later on down the road without having to pay the royalties. All right, and they are going through iteration 2. Yeehaw. All right, I am going to need a programming facility. I don't want to build it yet because I think I'm going to be charged taxes by the month or something. Gotta remember how that works exactly. There's a lot of unknowns in this game. I mean, I've played, again, another 300 plus hours of this game as well. Like I said, I enjoy it. And I can have my little cleaner here go home after she's done so she won't sit on the furniture and just wear it out. But I'd rather have her there because they're going to get up and walk around or something, and they're going to leave dirt, and she'll just clean it up in advance, and it'll be less stuff she has to clean up the next day. I paid her for her time. She's going to sit there and work. On call. Sorry, no TV. You can just stare at the wall. You're in timeout. Sleep. Exactly as you're doing. Now, when I do get a receptionist, these spots right here in these 2 areas, parking lot, they're not going to be here. They're going to be over on the other side. But I will click on these and click on assign parking space and go to assign to guests only, because that's where your customers are, the people who are going to give you deals. That's where they're going to park. You want to get them as close as possible. Otherwise, they're going to be parking all the way over here in some kind of far out parking area. All right, I'm on design iteration 3. Can't go any faster than this. Let's just gotta keep going. My income is quickly falling. Now I can pick up contract. I've got plenty of time. I can be doing contracts in addition to this. So let's get a couple of these out here. So we're going to do accept work. And I think I have these guys capped off. I don't know if I do or not. Let me double check that as well. Usually I cap them off at 3 tasks. Something like that. I need to go to my teams, not this. Manage teams. All right, so I have got founders, and they are doing 1 month. Oh, max tasks is 4. That's acceptable. Me max tasks. I could do me infinite, but that'll start stressing me out when it comes to doing programming like this, or when you're actually the lead designer of your own software. And I don't want me to get stressed out. Gotta keep my head clear so I can get this 2D program out the door. It's that ASCII program. I can draw lines and boxes and dots and things. Make it look like a spreadsheet. All right, and they are way more developed than they need to be. I'm not paying attention. All right, and I can stop this now because I did so many iterations on, or so much of additional iteration on there that I needed to, and we can do finish. Should be outstanding. And this one, promote, no bugs, finish, outstanding. Take on some more contract work. And this is going to help me not fall entirely behind. So like I said, it's not going to completely burden me because it's only a third task, a second and third task. And it's not that much income, but it's going to give me star levels. So now I've got 2 solid star levels. I should start getting some better contracts popping in here. And iterate, that's fine. And I can develop that. Reviews, that's the word I was trying to think of before when I was talking about this. I'm going to get all 4 iterations and then do a review after I get halfway through the programming. Oh, way too far. Promote. And let's get those 2 bugs out the door. 1 bug. Okay, that's good. Finish and finish. I have a bug knocked out. It's good. And I'm going to, it is, what time is it? It is 7:41 a.m. in the morning. And yes, I got enough time to do both of these. So I'm going to accept and accept. If it was getting close to closing time at the end of the day, then I didn't know if it was day or night. Then I would not have developed this. Okay, these are starting to get a little bit more demanding. They're no longer bad quality. They want a little bit better than bad. Oh, okay, yeah, you still have a bug there. Okay, we're going to promote you. Fixed 1 bug. Okay, we can finish you. Outstanding. Good. And 1 bug finished. Outstanding. Good. Okay, here we go. The next day rolled in. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Day 1 of month of April. And all new work came in. And you see there's some nice big ones here. But these are embedded systems. So if I pick this, I'm going to have to manufacture it. And it tells you how to manufacture it. You need a board, a case, and a final assembly. And it's managed by a printer, and an assembler piece of hardware. So you have to build this little factory assembly line over here and manage shipping. I'm not going to get into all that. You can. And get that ready for your setups, for your printers and your hardware and manufacturing stuff there. So I am going to go here and filter out just software. I don't want to see any of the hardware. I don't care that it exists. I don't want it. These guys cannot learn, so I don't really have to worry about focusing on game assets anymore. I can start going right for the bigger stuff here. And now this is kind of annoying. It doesn't break this down into the income should show cost or gain per month, right? Because it's 2 months is what they're saying. But this is like misleading because you have to do mental math. You have to actually divide this by 2 and relate this to this. So this is going to be just about equal here, but not equal to this. This one right here is going to be less because anyways, like if this said 30, you might think, oh, it's only 30. And then this is 54. So this is a better one. And no, because that would be 30. That would be 60 in 2 months. So that would actually be the better one if it was 30. Okay. Minor rant over, accept work, get that done. A little bit bigger, so I'm only going to take just that one. And I didn't check the quality of it. If you click here, project details, it'll tell you the I'm going to leave it up here. Tell me the quality I'm looking for is bad, so that's okay. I'll do 1 full iteration. Now, bad now, because I have 3 stars, or almost 3 stars, is not the same as bad when I had only 1 star. Bad when I had 1 star, I could have stopped it here and it would have been happy. Now I've got to actually take it to the full iteration. And then later I'm going to have 4 and 5 stars. I'm going to have to do 2 iterations, and then 3, and then 4 iterations, and it still might not even be enough. All right, so I'm on iteration 2. They're going to develop. And again, that line moved up as well, even though it's still bad, just like the other ones were when the line was back here. So they are demanding more, so I'll have to take it over to here probably to get outstanding. If you do this here, you'll get bad, which is exactly what they want, essentially. And I'm going to give them out 6. I believe doing better quality, one, it makes you look good, because bad quality also hurts you a little bit, just like it does in Mad Game Tycoon 2. And it will hurt your market recognition. It won't make it go up as high. If you do outstanding for everything, you kind of go up a little faster, I believe. All right, we are doing promote, no bugs to fix, and finish, outstanding, great. Next one. And these will start disappearing too as they, the days roll on. They have an expiration date on some of these. If it's not done, it'll just clear it out. And I don't know what this is. This is quality good. So a little better than bad. We do the same thing. Take it to iteration 1. This is iteration 3. All right, let's go develop. The line moved up again. And I'm gonna take this while I'm at it. What time is it? It's noon. Okay, yeah, I can accept this. It's another smaller job. I can even turn this down a little bit. So if somebody can't do a job on here, they will just jump on here and start doing this 100%. Whereas everybody else who can do this and can do this, they will just do this 5 times more before they do one set of points on this. All right, we're going to promote. Okay, now I'm going to start letting the bugs go a little bit further because there's going to be more bugs because, again, this is almost 3 stars now, as opposed to before it was only like 1 or 2 bugs. That's probably at 13 bugs. All right, Satisfactory, see? That's a great game, by the way, Satisfactory. Should do a Let's Play for that. That is a long game to play. All right, and I'm going to get this done. I'm going to be on iteration 4. Still haven't made my entire software yet. I'm not going to get done before the hour mark. I said so much here, TLDR content. I'm not going to be able to shorten this episode, so this is going to be a hour-long episode, just under an hour, maybe. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to finish developing this game before that time, so sadly, you're not going to get to see me finish a game. Iteration 2, like I said, I'm going to leave this go a little bit longer, because the other one only came up to Satisfactory, so we're going to develop it there. Same thing, let's go a little bit more over here as well, because it's starting to get stricter and tight. So I got my 3 stars. Great. I'm going to have $100,000 contracts coming in here now. $200,000 contracts. It's almost done with day 4. That will help. It will also take a lot longer. There we go. $300,000 embedded system. So I'm not going to start this now because the second you pick it up and touch a computer to do 1 second work on there, the timer starts. Oh, promote. 1 day overdue. Figures. I'm going to finish. Oh, outstanding quality. It was late, but I just didn't get the full price of that. Wasn't paying attention. All right, so this one I'm going to accept. And I'm going to close this window. I will let this one go. And the bigger ones also give you a little bit more grace to them. But I mean, I could be, like I said, throwing more people at this just to get it done faster. And there's a exponential curve to waste when it comes to throwing people at projects. So doubling up the people is not going to necessarily give you the project done 100%, twice as fast. It's going to be less than that. Then doubling up again is going to give you not 4 times the speed of getting the project done. It's going to give you like closer to 3 times the speed. So you don't want to overpopulate a project. People will be stumbling over each other. If I click on details, you can kind of see how everybody's dispersed here. And I think you can have up to 9 people working on any individual thing, but the more people you have, the more they are stumbling across each other's feet, essentially trying to develop the same exact thing. And this game does not say, okay, well, one person here, another person here, another person here. It'll pick everybody that's available to do it and stick them onto the projects. And on that same respect, if this is full, you only have nine people working on it, you can't fit 10, then that one person is sitting there doing nothing the entire time. They'll either have to do something else or not. Oh, this is very rare. You only see this for like 1 month. The ground. This is like Alaska. High in Alaska. All right, we're on iteration 3, so I'm going to develop this. That's good enough. And like that blue line is way up there now. 16 days left to get up there. I don't need it, but when I get about halfway up this line, I'm going to do a review. It's not going to cost me anything other than time. They can still program while it's doing the review, but not while it's doing the iteration. And my program is coming along rather slowly. Again, I've got plenty of time. The due date is January 1982, and it is 1980. I am good to go. All right, so let's do a review before we hit that line anyways. I'm pretty sure I did enough of the iterations there that it was fine. But this will just guarantee. And look, before it was only needed 10 reviews. Now it needs 150 reviews. All right, and they are saying it's, fairly decent, 5.6 out of 10. I'm pretty sure that qualifies as what they desired anyways. So there you go. Knocked it back down. We'll finish this up only up to just past the blue line now. Since I did do an iteration on it, I don't have to do the extra work that might be better. Art is 100% done. Code is 49% done. All right, I'm going to call that good and just start hammering out bugs. 13 days left. Now here you can't do anything other than finish. So, and that word promote, that drives me crazy. See here it says develop, so you're changing, go to another stage. After you develop, you're going to be in alpha. Once you're in alpha, this word develop changes to promote. Unfortunately, there's also the ability to market your game, and promote is a synonym for market or advertise. And so they really need to change that to debugging is what it should have said, because that's the next phase after that. And you would not mistake marketing for promotion, because your brain's going to think, oh, promote. You can hit promote thinking, oh, I'm going to advertise this. And no, you've just advanced it to the next stage. And if you weren't ready to actually advance to the next stage, you shot yourself in the foot, because you can't go back to the programming phase at that point. All right, we got 78 bugs left, or 78 bugs fixed, 80 bugs. I'm just going to call it a day and say, okay, 10 days left. I'm going to say it's good and finish. And we are at outstanding. So great, 359,000, 10 days early. Maybe pick up another contract job. And there we go, another logistic application. So this is 300,000 over 4 days, and this is 132,000 over 3 days. This one's probably, if I do my math right in my head, that seems better. It's not really paying attention. So now this is getting to the point where you saw how long that actually took. I'm going to start needing extra people inside of here. And I'm going to have to start hiring them and rebuild and restructure this. This is not really near ready to be done yet, but if I do get the other people in here and I do that part first before I do the expansion for printing and keep that buffer of $1 million in here still. I can actually probably pay off. I know I can't pay the loan. If I pay the loan, I have to pay like the whole thing. And that's going to leave me with nothing. I mean, but that's good, because then when I need to, I can actually take out a loan. But it's in August. Yeah, no, I'm going to go broke if I try to actually upgrade this. So I will do that in the next episode. I will come back. I'm going to expand my crew and get me at least one shift of general programmers, my hodgepodge crew of programmers, and maybe set up the other 2 shifts and go into explaining that for a little bit. I've got first, second, and third, but if you notice, this is 7 hours, this is 7 hours, because I'm avoiding this one night hour here and this one night hour here. Otherwise, they will all complain that they are working night shift and want nighttime compensation, and that ain't happening in my clock. I'd rather make them work 1 hour less, reduce their stress, and not have to pay them more. All right, so I'll probably do that. I will set that up on the next episode. All right, cool. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed this, found it entertaining, useful, helpful. Even if you hate it, like it. Thanks, guys, and I will see you on the next episode. I hope.